So today we've got a really good hearty meal to cook for the family. We've got some beautiful venison as well as some beautiful wild mushrooms. Now we're going to thank our friends Betty and Dimitri from Preston Free Range Poultry and Game for giving us the beautiful free range venison. You might be asking, what am I going to do with the mushrooms? Traditionally, we'll cook a mushroom sauce, white wine, bit of garlic. But today, we're going to complement the meal with mushrooms themselves. So we've got our pan, and as we've always said, with our beautiful Crossroad barbecue, doesn't matter what pan you use on the Crossroad barbecue, it's not going to damage it, thanks to the heat strip technology that it has. Now, for our mushrooms, we're going to cut up our mushrooms nice and large, large pieces, and we're going to complement it with some chili at the end, garlic, butter, and some herbs. And of course, salt and pepper for our beautiful venison. Let's start. But where do we start with these mushrooms? We've got some beautiful wild mushrooms here. We're just going to cut them up like that. Just cut them off. Cut the bottoms. Just like that. So with these ones, we're going to cut them like this. And what we're going to do is cut them nice and big and slice them just like this. And this is how we're going to put them in the pan and cook them all the way through. We're going to complement it, like I said, with some garlic, some butter, plenty of salt and pepper, and serve it with a plate of nicely sliced cooked venison. So then we have our other mushrooms, our smaller ones, just here. And with these ones, we're going to simply just slice them like this. A bit more traditional. Just like that. Beautiful. Just like that there. And of course, a nice large one here. And again, you can use any type of mushrooms you like. I just went to the local Asian grocer and got a variety of wild mushrooms. Just like that. Beautiful. There we go. And of course, these ones here, I'll just grab a bunch. Just like that. And I'll put them in the pan as well. There we go. Just cut up the last bit of our mushrooms. Put that away there. And then we have a beautiful variety of wild mushrooms that we're going to put in our pan. Our steak, we're going to prepare that in a couple of minutes because that's going to take probably just as much time to cook as our mushrooms. We expect the meal all up to take around 15 minutes. 4 or 5 minutes either side with our beautiful venison backstrap and about another 5 or 6 minutes to cook our mushrooms. So let's come close to the Crossroad barbecue now. And there we go. We've got our pan. We'll grab a little bit of butter and we'll put it in just like that. Obas. There we go. So we've got our butter just in there. We've also got our garlic. They're the 2 ingredients that we want first. And then we'll just put in our mushrooms, just like this. Beautiful. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful wild mushrooms. Put a good chunk in there. It depends how much you want. For me, make a pan just like that would be ideal to feed the family. So there we go. So we've got them there and we'll let them cook away. So we've got that set up there and now it's time. Phil, better not grab that, it's going to be hot. Move it around like that. Give it a quick stir before we get onto our venison. So that's it there, beautiful. We'll just leave that there. Let that cook away. And then here we have our beautiful venison. With our venison, I'm just going to put a little bit of olive oil, and I'll just grab the olive oil now. Nice one here. Beautiful. There we go. Just a little bit, small little layer of venison, of oil, just like that. And just paste it on. Beautiful. Just like that. And of course, we can't go out without putting plenty of salt on the venison, just like that, before we start. We'll turn it over. And what we'll do is, we'll end up slicing these pieces when we serve them with our mushrooms. We're not going to leave them whole. So the challenge will be, a piece like this, probably weighs around 600 grams, to cook it nice medium rare, because you don't want to overcook the venison, you want to keep it nice and moist and red on the inside. So here we go, nice and simple, grab it like that, just on the other side of the Crossroad barbecue. I've got all 4 burners on low, and I'm going to be cooking that for around 3 or 4 minutes on either side. I'll be back when it's ready to turn it all over. Bye-bye. We're about 4 minutes into cooking our mushrooms and also our venison, and as you can see, the mushrooms have really melted down and are starting to cook all the way through. They probably need another 3 or 4 minutes before we put the cream and the extra herbs in that. But you can see the beautiful venison is starting to seal up now. So I've turned it over, and now I'm going to turn it a little bit more just on that side, and that will probably need another 4 or 5 minutes. We're ready to start plating up our meal. We've got our venison and our mushrooms. Come in close and have a look. And like I said, I had our venison up the top there, sitting there for a couple of minutes while I'll be just finalising our mushrooms here. I added a few more mushrooms because I knew the kids are going to enjoy it. So that's going to take about another minute or two now for the other mushrooms to catch up on their cooking. But the first thing we'll do now is we'll start resting our venison. So there we go, we have a beautiful venison. We'll just place it in here, just like that. And we will cover it up with some foil. And we'll give that about 3 or 4 minutes to rest, and then we'll slice that up on our plate. So we'll just leave that there. However, we still haven't finished, so come in close and let's have a look to see how we're going with our mushrooms again. There we are. Beautiful. They're going really well. So let's add a little bit more butter, just like that, underneath. Beautiful. Just there. We're also going to put a little bit of rosemary now, just to give it that little bit of flavour. Not too much, just a little bit. Just like that. There we go. And there's our rosemary. And now we're going to get ready for our sour cream. I think we probably need a little bit more butter. So what I'm going to do is put the rest in. There we go. So all up, I've used around 3 tablespoons of butter. So we'll mix that up just like that. Beautiful. Beautiful. There we go. It's getting nice and warm, so we'll mix that in. There we go. And the last thing we're going to do is mix in a beautiful sour cream. And that's just going to thicken it up for us a little bit, just like that. That should be enough, but we'll find out, won't we, as we're mixing. So let's put it in like that. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. There we go. Beautiful. And that now will just be ready. I'll bring it round. We don't need to keep it on the crossroad barbecue any longer. Close that lid and then just mix it up here. Beautiful. Look at that. And we probably need a little bit of salt, just like this, and a little bit of pepper as well. So there we have it. There's our beautiful mushrooms with a touch of green, salt, pepper, garlic and butter. So we'll just leave that to the side, just here. We'll have a quick look to see how our beautiful meat's going. There we go. I reckon we're right now. Yep, we're right. So what I'll do is plate up a little bit of the mushroom just here, just like this. Look at that. The more you put, the merrier. There we go. There we go. And more. Because it is venison with mushrooms, not necessarily venison with mushroom sauce. We'll put that down just there. And let's start getting our venison ready. Oh, just need to get my tongs again. And we'll bring our meat up here. So it's been resting for probably about a minute and a half. But that should be enough because to me, look at that, beautiful. Look at that. And with venison, you don't want to overcook it. So let's just slice it now and have a look. Look at that, beautiful, beautiful slices. Again, this is my preference, medium rare, but of course you can cook it any way you please, just like that. Beautiful. There we go, and there's this slice just here. Then we have our other beautiful piece as well. And let's slice that one up as well. Beautiful. Look at that. Beautiful. All cooked on the crossroad barbecue in around 15 minutes. Thanks to the beautiful venison from Betty and Dimitri at Preston Free Range Poultry and Game. And of course Preston Market, the local Asian grocer with the wild mushrooms. So there we go. We'll cut a few more pieces and then we'll start plating it up. Okay, so I've got my pieces now, so it's now just time to plate it up. And you can plate it up any way you like, you don't have to slice it, but I've sliced it. So I'm just going to put them just like this. Turn them around and just face them like this on the plate. 3, 4, 5 slices on either side, just like this. Beautiful. Back strap all the way down, just like that. There we go. We've got it like that. Beautiful. I did say I'm going to add a little bit of chili as well, so I'm going to put a couple of chilies just on top, just like this. There we go. You can hear magpies, I can hear birds, all cooking outdoors. That's the way to go. I'm just going to clean up my plate, just like that, nice and clean, so I can present it to you. We've cooked it on the Crossroad barbecue for around 15 minutes. Our beautiful venison, straight from Preston Free Range Poultry and Game, and our wild mushrooms again. We cooked it medium rare for around 15 minutes. And don't forget, a nice little treat just on top, like that. For any beautiful meal, mushrooms with venison. Bye-bye.